All right. Good afternoon, TWC, everybody. It's 12/10, 2024. And just do another update here because I am definitely seeing some potential bottoms here on a lot of these coins we're talking about, even some of these, well, STEM for sure. Uh, we're looking for the bottom, obviously, with STEM. And, it's being in the early part of December and Christmas, the a bull run through Christmas could very well happen, and we're early. It's early in the month, so we could have one more run up here. And from what I'm seeing right now on, especially in alts, wave three to wave four completing. So a wave five going into the end of the year could be very well um, on the table here. So I just want to jump right in. I'm gonna try and make this a little bit fast, guys. All right. So an hour of video is a long time, but I do want to go over some here. But so we'll start with STEM. Okay. So yesterday we were here, and we were, and I said, okay, we got some volume, but it's looking okay. He said, we'll see what happens overnight. Well, sure enough, we started off the day in slam and went right down, um, way down. I mean, it almost took out the low, but it didn't. Okay, it did not. Here, I'm looking on the 1 hour, and so that's super interesting actually. And then threw a channel up. You say, wow, it hit the channel at the bottom of the channel. So I'm still at the point where it says A, B, C right here. So and then after this 1 hour started, and then kind of closed out, I realized, man, that's a lot of volume and a very strong wick. So I was looking at it, and then kept going and kept going. And so what's happening here? So it looks like C is done, right? And we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's ideal inside of a channel, obviously inside of an ABC to get a 5 up, and then now we're looking for a pullback here inside the channel is perfect because we want to see 1 and 2 inside the channel, and then 3 break out of the channel. So I'm hoping that we might see something like this tomorrow, being Wednesday, and then Thursday we might maybe get that break. I don't think this is going to take very long. It's going pretty quick now. So we saw a lot of volume today in this one candle here, and then a good run through the channel, through the EQ, and then ultimately to the top of the channel here. And now we're finding some resistance, and then over after hours, because the market's closed, I'm seeing some immediate drop. So that tells me that we're getting that possible too. Here's a 15 minute. I want to show you the 15 minute real quick. Because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 A, B, C with a flat, and then wave three, 1, 2, 3, and look, a triangle right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or an A, B, C, D, E for a triangle, and then at the end of 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, right? The big candle, 4, 5. So it does look like 5 up here. And it got right to that 15-minute pivot, which is excellent because it really shot down here through this too. And now it's dropping down, and it's dropping down quite a bit. This is sometimes a little inaccurate. I've seen that, but it's definitely already pulling back to almost the 382. But we want it to really pull back to this 0.5 level. And you can actually see there's a gap. There's a small little gap there when we started that wave three, because wave three is usually really strong. So it gapped, and I like that would be a nice filler right at 35 cents. Okay, 35 cents, just a hair above it. That could be the entry point here if you haven't gotten into STEM yet, and you've been watching these videos or whatever, watching us talk about it. Like, gosh, I want to get in, but where? That might be it, in my opinion. It really is, because what you could do is we get this pullback, which will probably, I don't know if it's going to happen overnight completely or not, but it depends on when we open. But we're definitely going to open up with probably a gap, in my opinion. So we'll want to fill the gap. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I would, and then as far as stop loss goes, I just put it right here at the bottom of the wave, because if it breaks all the way down past that wave, it's not right. It's then still corrective, and then really, we're talking about more problems there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down to the 50-ish to maybe fill this gap. Like I said, around 35 cents, just to maybe a little bit, maybe in the 34.9 range. You're talking about fractions of a penny. So it's not, nothing to get crazy about, but that's where we look at, and then we would have our stop loss, at around, 30. It says 32.47, but probably go a little bit lower, and then obviously I always like to go a little bit lower, so maybe 323, something right there. Anyway, that's the idea here. I want to see the pullback. I do, and then going back to the hour real quick. See, the pullback here on the channel is cool. This is even better. So we pull back here, we get to that 50, or again we get to that, maybe it's the 618. Again, we can pull back all the way. We can pull back low. I don't want it to really break the EQ though. Okay, real quickly, I want to tell you, I don't want it to break the EQ. If it does, I want it to wick. Okay, I don't want us to start breaking the EQ and then find the EQ as resistance. That's gonna give me, it's gonna really make me think that we're going down actually. So pull back to the EQ, maybe find some support. If it taps the EQ and then bounces back up, oh, that's good. And then eventually breaking out of the channel in a perfect world. So if the count is correct, down for 2 and then up for 3, and that is going to be really nice from what I'm seeing. Because if this is correct and this is starting to break out, we obviously got the hourly pivot here, okay? Well, most likely, if we break out the channel, we'll probably break out of the pivot too, and then hit the R1, and that puts us above B. Remember, I talked about break levels. Break levels normally like a wave B. You want to get above that, because now we're actually starting to reset and confirm that we're resetting the count and going into another wave. So this being an ABC as a wave 2, a larger wave 2. So again, 1, 2, 1, 2, looking for a good strong 3. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm using these hourly pivots right now to direct that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, that's about as simple as I can get it, and try to keep it, straight to the point. Okay. Bitcoin. I just want to pop something real quickly at you guys. I told you about, I like the 12-hour moving average. I've noticed that the 12-hour 50 MA has been very, it's good for finding support, honestly, or resistance. I don't know why. It just is. I mean, you go back and you look back at the 12-hour 50 MA, there's a lot of times where you can find it being support resistance, and really kind of just use that as a guide. So here I want to point out a couple of things. Number one, this orange line is like a very strong line in the sand, in my opinion, although it did break down here and went back up and wicked down behind it. So it's not concrete, right? But it's pretty strong. And then we obviously have that green that I showed you guys yesterday. That's really holding up, actually, the green, because the green might even be stronger than orange, because I got that wick here, wicks. And then we got the strong candles that closed through it. But other than that, it's wicking. And look what we're doing right here on the 12, right? We're getting this like triple wick almost. Well, first of all, into the 50 MA. We've now wicked twice into the S1 on the 12-hour. That's really making me bullish, honestly. I really like that, and I don't like to, I don't want to show emotions because it's a little bit emotional there, but just looking at this chart and looking what I'm seeing here with these wicks, this 12-hour closes another 2 hours. So end of the day here, we'll have another daily candle close, but again, wicking right into that green, supply demand area, supply. It's just nice to see. It really is at that S1. I told you about pivots early in the week. Well, if we're holding S1 and we want to bounce from it, and we pull through at the pivot, that's a good sign. It's a really good sign. So this is just a super basic look at the 12-hour, but you can kind of see the structure. And then you can see all these wicks during this green at the S1 and the 50. So wanted to show that to you guys. I'm getting excited about this though. I really do think we're gonna get that one more to the end of the year. Okay, I'm starting to think, and then like I said, January, February is a correction. That's my I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But right now, that's how I strongly feel that. I don't think the year's over with the good bull run that we got. Matic, man, Matic's been so good, right? You know, we talked about the lows, 28 cents. Something that I found, you know, using a range, and I really hadn't traded Matic or Poly, not really ever, honestly. And I just found it and just kind of started making sense and realizing it was in a big, you know, Wyckoff range on the weekly. So here's a local count. Here's another 12. And I wanted to show you guys again the 50 MA. And look at that again, a triple wick below the S1. But the triple wick is just fantastic, really. Here's the 1-2. Then I pull the fib extensions up, and it hits the wave 3 1618 level, which is great. But you can really actually count it too. 1, you know, 2, you know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This being kind of maybe like an ending, you know, diagonal or something, because it's not a lot of movement, and then it kind of pops and then runs right back down. So that was the end of 3, in my opinion. And so if this being 4, this little cluster here, I want to zoom in because I know the video is sometimes small. Okay, so this is wave 4. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Okay, this is why I said I think I'm seeing 3s and 4s, and then we still have a 5. We wick into wave 4. All right, and that's good. We want to see that. We want to see wicks, and we want to see bigger waves. You know, 3, 4s going into the previous wave 4, and this is showing us a lot here, right? You know, we had this very strong. We had 2 huge, you know, candles yesterday to start us off the week. Super red yesterday. I mean, 30%. You know, to the downside, and then we got this, you know, pretty almost hammerish pin bar hammer type green candle, or you know, with some good volume, and now we're doing it again. It went down again and got eaten up again. So and really, actually, now that I think about this, let's see what the low 5202. This is actually 4 right here. Wow, even better. That's even better, because I think that this is probably the A, B, and then there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So that really just kind of completes this. So this is that level to break. 73 cents. Okay, everybody, 73 cents is that break level. That's that added confidence level. 70. It's actually 0.727. And that's going to add more confidence in this. But this is where I'm looking at here. Okay, because this, see how this ran through here? Chris talks about this a lot, where we have these pump through, pump ups, pump downs. Well, it can always pump back right up again. That's clearly an area where, you know, it's kind of in between these nodes, where prices, no one's really interested there, and so we're just kind of running through it. So I'll hold here. You know, I mean, if you wanted to go long, you could, and then put your stop loss here. You could actually even put a stop loss here at the 4, right? Because that's kind of where it's holding at. But I would probably put it over here if it was me. And then we want it to run back up. Now, so if it runs back up, it should be quick, in my opinion. And then it's going to find resistance, and it's going to want to pull back. So this could get a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. It could actually get to where. Sorry, something's resetting my computer. Hold on a sec. Gosh dang it. What's this happened? I'll close that out. I don't want it to start lagging. What was I saying? Okay, down, up, and then down, and then up. Okay, so it might get a little crazy here. So we might get like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, obviously we want 5 waves. Okay, so here's my the 2 level is my where would my 5 minimum be. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now something. I think we're gonna have this like really nice rally. I do. Something in my gut's telling me we're gonna have a nice little super good pop, and then obviously the end of the month. But so like a 1, 2, like a sharp 1, or a 1 and then 2, and then we're gonna bust through this little range here that's kind of been resistance, and that's gonna break above the B 3, 4. So it's gonna be like here. I'll just draw it out. I know I might as well just draw stuff out. Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, like that 5, and then we're gonna get this like boom, like something like that. Okay, then we're gonna see that 3, the true 3. So this is gonna be like our wave 1 of 5. Something like that is kind of what I'm thinking. So we're gonna get a blast through, blast back, and then we're gonna like blast through again. It's gonna find that support right here where it's, guys, I've been saying this how many videos now, but looking left again. I'll show you something real quick. I mean, I just clearly it's just right there, right? So we're gonna blast through that, okay, and then we're gonna find that as support, okay. That's my thought. And we're gonna, so there's this gap here, all right. But what we could do, maybe the entry point is down that 1, 2. Okay, so we're gonna get the 1 and then the 2, and then maybe that actually, to me, remember I talked about the building up the confidence. I think that's it. Now I'm just kind of talking this out right now with you as we're here. So we get that 1, 2, and then as we hold this area at the S1, that's what I'm going to be looking to probably go long, me personally. So I think that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so we'll stick to that right now. So we're going to blast through. We're going for that pivot as resistance, and then back to about 60 cents. Okay, 60 cents. But we got to break through this first. All right, that's Matic. Tia, another one. So just another one where it's got a 3, 4. So remember, we obviously are out of this now, but we came in here, we did a nice run, and then we started pulling money out, and eventually I just had a little bit left, and then it got shut down, obviously on a breakdown. But I think if you guys remember, I had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as like a 3. Right here, and then I was looking at maybe this was a 4. Then I said, oh, maybe this is the 3, and then we're gonna get a 4. Well, clearly it is. So we got this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then 5 for 3. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, and then we got this really sharp pull down. Now Tia, I've noticed, moves pretty hard. Meaning like, so I've seen these moves with Tia before. That's why you got to be really careful with Tia and certain coins because it moves hard. It was like 30-something%. So, and I think I talked about, there was an orange line here before, but now it's like that's that resistance area zone. I said, look, this isn't, this breaks down, and, we're probably coming down. That there was a pivot here. I think it might have been the daily. But anyway, long story short, I got this is kind of like a start of a leading diagonal. So I got this 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if it's leading or not. It looks like it, but either way, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I still think there's a 5 on the way. And I really like this like $11 range. It looks pretty solid to me, honestly. So I'm kind of shooting that as possibly a target. So, but what we're already seeing here is a nice bounce. And this is the kind of bounce we want to look for, like this 1, 2 here. That's what I'm seeing here. This is looking pretty good. This is probably going to want to come back into this range, and then it's going to get kind of knocked down again. But as we're starting to build up, that's what we're really wanting to see. But this is really good right now. This is a nice bounce. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So okay, so see how this got this wick? That's your 1, 2, and then this is like this distance, although it doesn't look like it, that's actually your 3 and 4 and 5. I mean, because look at it, it's measured still. It's still a large 3, even though it's coming down here. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and this is your 2. So that's what it looks like to me for right now, because that even does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end. So this is a 1, 2 possibly. A, B, C, B, C. Yeah, it does get lower right there. So you know what this looks like almost? This almost looks like a little Wyckoff action. This looks like our small range. Possibly. It's already been 20 minutes. I just can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. Can't do this quickly because I just want to figure this out with you so you can, again, stay with me on the trades. I'm going to kind of look at that and kind of see what's happening here. If we get one more, if we hold this, because it does look like there's some support in the EQ. There you go. See, sometimes I forget that, you guys, we can't see this on the video. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like it. It really does. Looks pretty good. See how it kind of, it's starting to come in here, some volume, and then there's literally the same exact bottom, like double bottom right there. So it's pretty nice. It's a nice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. Okay, I mean, it really does look like to me. And it just got past the 50. I almost went to the 618. It's a good pullback, and it goes in the wave 4, because this would have been wave 4 right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and this is going back into wave 4. So do you see what I'm saying? So what we're going to look for, because I don't know if this is a 2 or not. That's kind of a weird. That could be just the end of the correction, because it's A, B, C, B, and then C. So, and it looks like we just tapped over this too. So this is looking pretty good. This looks like a 1, 2, and then we're getting a 1, 2. We probably, if this is correct, this is probably going to keep rolling. This looks like a 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, right? So we should get this like flowing in here. And then what do we have right here is this breakdown, kind of a fair value gap. I also like that. It's really the whole candle too. Okay, and look, I would hit that MA again. Just a thought, just again, I don't trade MAs, but it's interesting though. It looks like it could go there. So yeah, we're looking for. I don't know if this count. This looks like it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know. It's pretty hard to say, but I'm really just kind of looking for here and then back again, because I want to grab the pullback, obviously. So I want to see it come here and then kind of bounce in through here. So TIA a 1, 2 is looking good. Okay, it's looking good right now, and I got this EQ here to look for too. So one thing is like here's one thing I actually don't know if I like. See how volume's like you're supposed to like crank up, like and then it's kind of getting weak. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. So, I mean, I'm not in it, so definitely keep an eye on it. So that's TIA there. Overall, like I said, I like the pullback. I like the wave 4 idea here. It pulled back pretty far for wave 4, but hey, it happens. So we'll see how this works out. But again, we can always look for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe back to the pivot, and then a larger 2, and then that's the entry. So ultimately, all right, Pepe. Check this out. Remember this resistance we talked about in the beginning here with Pepe, where I was like, yeah, just hold off, everyone. Let's see one more pullback, and then we'll get in. Well, that same area with it held here is now holding here, it's so awesome. You know, it hit here. It was a crazy. Remember yesterday was a crazy day. Big candle. It almost engulfed, and then I said, your emotions would might want to get you in right here, but just hold off. That's true because I mean, even myself, I was starting to get emotional, and I was thinking, yeah, this could keep going, right? Well, it didn't. It literally kept going down. So that, you know, that was just an eight. You know, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C. Okay, so this looks complete right now. It does, but we need confidence, and we need we need to see more of the wave count going up to understand that that's confirmed. Because right now it's not confirmed yet, but it looks very good. Okay, I even think, if I'm not mistaken, there was a bull div here. No, but it was kind of like a bull div in the Stoch RSI, but it's not really all that great. But it does kind of help a little bit. Oh, I remember I was going to show you too, though, was how we're starting to get that curl in the Fisher. That's the new indicator that we started using with Chris. And when we're curling up, that's something to look for. So, you know, this would just be if this is all a corrective wave, then we're going to look for a start of a 1. So you can see we're finding resistance at the pivot. It never actually went down to the S1. So, but again, it hit this really strong support. So that's okay. It doesn't have to go to the S1. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, okay, it's going to the pivots. You know, it's got to get the S1. Yeah, in most cases it does. But if there's some strong support in between, it doesn't have to. Okay, it's just a guideline. But if this for support just keeps holding up, you know, maybe this is it. You know, and that's where we might miss out on some things because we're thinking that it's going to hit the S1. But but if we had the support here that was clearly resistance at one point, and that was a nice turning point for me. Actually, that was the long for me was here. So I'm right back to where my long was at, you know. By the way, that's why we sell at the tops and we want to buy here at the bottom. So if this kind of comes back again, which it might, I don't know if it come all the way back down, but I might be getting interesting in Pepe again. Okay, it might be jumping back in. I love Pepe. I love trading it because it does this a lot. So now I think here is I didn't know what we were thinking here. I thought that was a flat. Ends up look like it's a 5. So it was a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. And that's where I'm at on the count. So I'm looking for this 1, 2. It went down pretty low. If I measured, you know, the 5 waves back down, it passed the 705 level, almost the 786 level. It's finding support currently at our green level. So let's see what happens here. But if we get this pullback here, I'm probably going to grab something and then see if it holds. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what's happening here. I don't like diving into like the crazy time frames, but 1, 2. See how this looks like a 1, 2. You got this little chop action here. So what would I say here, guys? Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? This looks like the 1, 2 right here. See how it like came down and then came back up again, maybe? Oh, I don't know. It's hard to find that 1, 2 unless I go to the 5-minute, which is doing the 5-minute on Pepe is just crazy difficult. I don't want to mess around with it. Yeah, don't. Like I said yesterday, if you don't know what it looks, if you're questioning the count, then it's probably good to just wait. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, it's probably a wait moment here, but definitely looking pretty good though. I really like the count coming down. I do. So And this is 15 minutes, so the pivots are going to reset soon. So I'm not even worried about pivots right now in that area. But clearly the hourly pivot is good in this and the support in green. So probably just keep an eye on something this range here, maybe just to kind of check that out and see what it does. The EQ's right at the pivot, so it doesn't really even do much for me. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So anyway, you guys might be seeing me come in here. If this comes back down here, probably gonna look for a long in this area with a quick, tight stop loss. That's me. I think I'm doing that. I believe so. Because I like how things are starting to curl, and then we didn't really hit RSI resets though. I thought we did. I thought we went to the reset land there. Oh, maybe this is a B. Wait a minute. This would be interesting. So, what if this might be okay? Hold on, wait a minute. So we know this is an A and it's a B. This is like an A, B, C. Yeah, what if this is like this? Because this is 5 down. What if this just kind of snaps down real quick and then goes? That could be the case. Could be it. I don't know, because this looks really just quick. It's hard to count that, so yeah. It's looking like it wants to go down, but we want to see it hold there. And like I said, I might jump in here. I gotta find that confidence count though, and I'm not gonna just mess around with anything. Let's see something here. Yeah, I wonder if that could be the case. This is sometimes you see how this like back and forth really quick. Sometimes you can find a wedge in there. Something like this. I don't know. It's still kind of early. Maybe. Anyway, all right. Well, that's where I'm at with Pepe. I'm definitely thinking it's entries is coming up. Okay, this is my thought. We'll watch it and see. XRP. I wanted to show you this 15-minute. Look at this. So wick down. Okay, back up, automatic retest, and then come down to the S1. Right. So here's our pivots. And then bam, like almost very well like a spring. So we got like this low volume, and then volume kicks up. See that? Selling climax, automatic retest, wave, phase B, boom. Look at nice doji right at S1 on the 15-minute. What I was going to say about this was, when we're coming down to an area where it looks like it's bottoming, you can go to the 15 and 1 hour time frames and really see which you might be able to catch something really nice, something like this. Okay. It was a really busy morning for me today, so I didn't look at this and catch it on time. But I'm telling you right now, if I'd drawn this out like right around here and saw this, I would absolutely went in. Especially because it came in and then found it and then started finding support back at the bottom of the channel. So you see how this doji's and then strong up, and then it has this little, like, that's your 1-2. Okay. That was it. That was, for me, that's a good entry because that's holding up, and it shows us it wants to kind of, because I found it as, obviously it found a support here and it started finding support here, but then broke down, then started finding support again. Okay. Kind of a shakeout move, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I mean, we're obviously we're topping out now locally here because we went back into this range with this wick. So kind of it coming back here. But this is interesting though because this almost looks like just a 3, like almost like a 4, and then we're gonna still get a little bit more here. It's too bad the pivots are about to change on the 15-minute because that was really helpful. But so then okay, so I don't remember if I drew this yesterday or not. I believe I did on the stream, but there was a channel here for XRP, and it hit it, and then it hit the EQ. And when it was going into the EQ, it not only was it finding resistance at the EQ, right, because it has it in the channel, but it's also finding resistance here in the green. So that's tough, right? So it's really important if you identify the channel at the EQ and then the green resistance support, like you really should like not. I personally I don't go long there because that's like almost double the strength. So could have been a short maybe. In most cases it probably is. So then it comes down one more time and it gives you 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it shoots back up again. And look at those strong candles. 1, 2, 3. Look at those strong candles right there. Little terminal shakeout action here. 1, 2, 3. And that third one even bust us through the EQ and this support resistance green. So that's, I mean, that's as strong as you can get, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably. I'm telling you guys right now, I think this is why I'm saying I think there's some reversals going on. And XRP has been really good, and I don't think people are just thinking, well, some people on Twitter are like, XRP is going back down to 40 cents. It's like, well, you know, yeah, I mean, I guess it, you know, history has shown us that it goes up and down on these spikes. But I'll tell you guys one thing. You know, XRP, interesting, just my opinion here. The last bull run wasn't really that good, but it was also like the only crypto that was in court, right, forever. And you couldn't even buy it on Coinbase. I remember they delisted. It didn't, you know, a lot of people were like, what do we do with XRP? So there's so many other coins. Why would you just not invest in other things? So it's almost like it's playing catch up now, right? Because now that it's, you know, it's got, I know that it's went back in because they appealed, but you know, Gensler's going to be gone, and they're reshifting everything. New politics are changing. You know, politics are changing, and you know, things are looking pretty good. And then the whole stable, I don't know, they're moving some pieces around, and I don't know. There's a part of me that doesn't think that this is over at all. And this right here is exactly what we want to see. Yesterday, I also talked about this area of support. Well, what does it do? It jumps right into it and blasts right out. I knew this was going to be strong at that kind of like triple strength top, and still busted through. And it obviously filled that fair value gap there too. So just a lot of area of support here, you know, for a bounce. And if you know, honestly, you're like, gosh, I wish I got it right here. But again, this builds confidence that this was probably the bottom, so that means we're probably going up still. So I'd rather have more confidence in the trade than try to think I'm going to grab this. And yeah, this would have been nice to get, but you know, what if we hold up here and then, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. 1, 2, 3, right? Breakthrough. The 3 is always what you want to break through. So we're breaking through EQ, breaking through this structure for support and resistance. And so got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the top of the channel. Now we have this other green here that was also support resistant, and it wasn't that great. Remember, we lost it here. Well, now if we bounce here, we're probably going to see that, and that would be wave 5 of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the top of the channel, and then we get one more pull back down, and then it's probably on to the races. Okay, and again, another one that's got like a 4, a 3 to 4, and a 5 still to go. And XRP starts moving again. We've all seen how strong XRP was during this last move. So we can see this thing. You know, I don't like to throw prices out, you know, that are crazy, but I don't know, $5 might be in the cards, everybody. I don't know. Something like this though. Okay, ultimately something like that. That's what I want to see. Okay, I want to see it come and top, hit the top of the channel, hit also this support resistance line, and then bring it back to life down here, and then find support here, and then I think that's the go time. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. And see how it's getting that wick right now here. Yeah, this is good. This is really strong. XRP versus Bitcoin. I mean, XRP versus Bitcoin is where I realized that we were going to see XRP fly because it was doing like all of a sudden it started ripping. So we had this like little white cough here, and then it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it came back. It did not hit a new low, but it went into this supply area here, and then it took off. So that's a 1, 2, 3, okay, against Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, and now it's working on the 4, which it looks like it just did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and then one more rip up. I mean, I posted this a lot. I posted, you guys seen this? Okay, double bottom, 3, and then I don't know, everybody. It is interesting. It almost looked like it went back to the weekly pivot there on Bitcoin. I mean, that's close. R1 pivot. People are starting to buy in on it. I'm telling you, this is XRP. I don't think is done. I really don't. I don't think a lot of this stuff is done. The weekly XRP regular is already up at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. That one's the one that's like, ooh, wow, that looks high. It looks like it's topped, but there's the daily. I think I told everyone about. So yesterday I was saying, hey, is it going to drop down to 382, right? But I don't know. It's sure looking like it's found some support here. So maybe maybe my count is wrong. Let me just see something here. Huh. Okay, whoa, what about, oh, that's gonna be wild. So what if, okay, because I've looked at this before and I was kind of like, what is this? What's happening? What if this was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and that was 3, and this was 4, and now we're working on another 1 here, 1, 2 for 5. Oh boy, if that's the case, you know, R5 is at $5.95. Don't keep this daily chart. Um, watch this, because if we start moving up the R1 again and towards the R2, we start breaking over this level, this $2.64 level. We could actually start ripping through some pivots again. So it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that would be like, in my opinion, we're out. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that's just, I'm talking about myself, guys. All right, I'm talking about myself. If this is a 1, 2, which now that I think about this and seeing that this actually pulled back to the 0.5 level from if this B was theme 3, this is a 1, 2 again of 5. Um, this actually, if the 1, 2 here, let me just look at something here. Here I go at 40 minutes. See, I just can't do it. Just can't do it. Can't make it fast. I just want to check something real fast. There's no way. There's no way. $10? No way. Wow. Could have hit $10. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. Man, I've never been, you never know, right? I mean, if people get crazy bullish, this thing starts really rolling, or some kind of crazy news comes out where they're, the new Swift. I don't know, but $10 XRP sounds pretty awesome. I'll tell you that. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 though. Really, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2. Wait a minute. See, this is so crazy because of this. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Ah, all right. I got too ahead of myself. I was like, $10 XRP. That's crazy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Anyway, it looks like it has another wave up at the least. Okay. Because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now N3. That's right. I think that's what Chris might have been saying. But yeah, R3, R4. So yeah, 4. I mean, again, going back to the pivots anyway. You know, $4 at R3 or 390, and then R4 is 488. You know, that's gonna be a lot of action there. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, XRP, I've seen it because I've traded it before. When it has like shot up like that, where it's just euphoria, it very quickly would come back down. Okay, so just be super careful there. And if you're trading it, it's just take some profits as you're going up, right? And then move your stop losses, because then if it does end up just shooting down because that wave 5 of 3 is done, you know, at least you like got probably some solid gains. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing here before I move on. Sorry, guys. I know I'm spending a lot of time on XRP, but that puts me at almost at R3 at 380. So if this was a 4, then 380 would be kind of like what we would look for. But we want to see out of a 4, we just want to see 5 waves up. Okay, so like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, and that should be it. I mean, this is the daily, so you know, like I said, we're gonna have probably one more run to Christmas, so it might be kind of like this. If I'm adjusting to the time, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Something like that. I don't know if my arrow is accurate, but this is kind of what we look at the R3. So R3 is like definitely okay. R3 is definitely a potential target. R3 at 390. Okay, so people at that, you know, you think about what are people going to be calling for $5, right? If it's getting into almost 4, so people might be calling $4. If we're seeing like 3 waves up, like it looks like this, right? And we're coming down and we're starting to get that 5th wave, and we're right around here. You know, get ready for, you know, if that's 5 waves up, get ready for something coming down, I believe. Okay. So we're probably getting one more here. We probably are. You know, it's looking like it. When again, going back to that zoomed in. Yeah. Gosh, look at that. I mean, it's really trying. In this channel, if it breaks out of this channel, look at the hourly pivots too. Remember I was talking about how, you know, we blast through early in the week, but boy, this was a buy the dip for sure. It definitely looking like it. So it didn't even matter. Like no one even, you know, right into this in these areas, and people are really thinking, no, we're not done yet. December's not done yet. So, you know, got to get out of the channel, got to get above the pivot for sure. Okay. Got to get above that pivot, got to get above the channel. But I'll tell you right now, where that channel's at and that pivot's at, it looks like it can shoot through in one shot. Okay. So you know, 1, 2, yeah. Man, why does it look good right here? Looks strong. It blasted through all this from yesterday in like 2 hours. That's strong. One, two, three, four. I mean, it really does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so, if this pivot, I wonder if that. I was curious where that 15-minute. Okay, here's another thing too. 15-minute pivots change. You know, see how that might help us here because that might give us like a wave 5 top there. You know, I wonder where the pivot's going to be. It's probably going to be close to here still because it looks like this would be the pivot still. So I don't know. We'll see. But this sure does look like. Boy, does that look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. I tell you, looking really, really good right now. Really good. Really good. Okay. AVAX. I have AVAX here. I wanted to share AVAX with you guys 1 second. I love AVAX. 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is looking pretty solid. It's got a nice pullback. It pulled back to the $51 range, and now it's at the $41 range, and now it's at 44. I could see another like good wave here to kill 3, and then 4 will pull back here, and then we can still get a 5. So we can get some nice movement here, some tradable movement. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, but when I say corrective in January, that could be like Bitcoin, but then alts still might be moving. So like things like AVAX, things like coins like that could lag a little bit and kind of go a little bit longer. You know, where alt season, that's kind of where that term comes from, because money's coming out of Bitcoin into alts. So 1, 2, 3 out of this larger channel, which I had here. I had this like really large channel. I use this channel and just use the EQ. But that's not what I'm trying to show you guys. What I'm trying to show you guys is 1, 2, 3 working on. Okay. So all really good stuff here. All right. Really good stuff here. I love these wicks here looking good on the daily. Right back into this wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 4. So I just want to tell you the only thing I kind of weary about, I guess I should say this. The only thing I'm a little weary about is the minimum wave 3 is 57.36. It never really hit that, so it could just like find a kind of a weak 3 here. I'm expecting it to get closer to this previous 1. That's why I have this like demand area. So that is right around the R2 at $63. But if we're going to a euphoric wave 3 end, then we're probably going to keep rolling. So, this is where the pivots are going to come into play. So getting past the R1, this should probably move pretty quickly. It could find itself at 71 or even like 79, $80. I can see that be a nice like wave 5 of 3, and then probably shoot back down again. Okay. So again, we're in wave 4 and then going to wave 5 of a larger wave. So we'll probably have a bigger correction from that. Okay, so make sure you're taking profits if you're in profit. If you're making money, make sure you take your percentages and make your money profits, and move your stop losses. Okay, because the timing of this stuff is very, very, very difficult. Last but not least is Sol. We talked about Sol, but I want to show you real quick on the daily. What was that I can show you? Okay, I remember now. Okay, so we got the 1, 2, and then the 1, 2, right? 3, 4, 5. Now, It's interesting because the more I look at this, I'm like, gosh, was that really 3? But it sure does look like it. Because I want to say this is clearly a triangle, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ends it, it finishes it off, but there's really no break here, you know. So either way, I still like the pullback here. Here's what I really wanted to show you. This might not be 5 of 3. It actually might be right here. But either way, I just want to show you, really, it's not about the wave count here necessarily, but it's really the price structure I'm seeing. So this is clearly correctional. I see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, and then B. Okay, and then it's, look again. I won't do it in green on this one. But see? So that really is a break point that we're going to continue higher. So that's good. So we want to see that break, and we want to see this get above the pivot. So confidence 1 is getting back over the pivot and closing, but then really breaking through here, and then it should be a good, nice run to finish out the year. Okay. So whether this is like 3 of 3 or this is 5 of 3 and 4 and then 5, you know, that could be the case. 1, 2, because that kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something's telling me that. Maybe something like this. I'm starting to think more and more it's like this, really, everyone. Oops, I probably should unlock that. Yeah. I think that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because everything else is going into the 3. Why would this be different? So something like that. Either way, it's got Sol's got a nice like opportunity here. Okay. And I want to show you guys as the double wicks into the the 50 MA. But we get above. I know I was going to show you. So we got the double wicks, but look at the volume. So yesterday was that strong volume down, and then we got this almost hammer candle. Here, let me zoom in better. There we go. So see this volume here for the big candle, right? Wick down, and then we got another wick, okay? And then it's hammering now, literally almost exactly the same volume. I mean, it's barely just less. And it's not even that the day's not over yet, so it's on hours. So this can really match it. So this is telling us that we want to start moving up. That's what it's showing us, And it went into that wave 4, right? That was the 4 triangle there, okay? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete the 3. Then we got the A, B, C, D, E, or 1, 2, 5 down and A, B, C. So we want to get above that B to add confidence at 247, okay? Yeah, 247. 247 breaker line is solid. That's going to tell us that we got these new counts going up. But I really think that tomorrow is actually going to be pretty green. And then tomorrow people are going to realize that was a buy the dip. I think it's midweek. It's Wednesday. I'm not sure if there's any like Fed meetings or anything. I don't really. Chris tells us when that stuff is. I think tomorrow's gonna be green, and I think by tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, I think people are gonna realize that it was a buy the dip, and people are gonna start rolling in again. So, it's good. It's a good time to start looking right now. That's why I wanted to do this video. I've been doing these videos. By the way, here's a nice a good range here. What the heck is this? Is crazy. 1, 2, 3. Wow, this is just like this big corrective wave. It never broke down though, right here. Never broke down. But look, look at the volume. It's like nothing when it came back down here. Look at this volume here, and then look at it here, right? So that's interesting. It's interesting. So anyway, I just look. These are areas where start finding the reversal. Okay, starting to really see that could maybe go down one more and then flash up, but gotta get over to see. This is the pivots are not looking good here. That's interesting with Sol. Yeah, the daily looks way better on Sol than the hourly does. So yeah, I just want to start. You guys, yeah, we want to see that get above the pivot, daily pivot. Yeah, I want to see a good day tomorrow. Look how we're breaking down RSI here. So if we were to keep going down, then this is probably maybe that bigger 3 that I was thinking of, and then getting that bigger 4. So right now I'm thinking this is an inner 3 of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3. But we'll see. This green right here, I want to, that's a good support area. So if we were to break down, that would definitely be where I would look to probably grab some Sol at 180. This is called like 185 range, right? So like 180, 185, 187, right around there. That's probably what I'd be looking at. But ultimately, though, the pivot on Sol. Okay. That's an hour. Boy. All right. Well, that's what I got today, guys. I'm just getting excited again. I'm really thinking there's another run, to Christmas time. So, we'll get that Santa comes early kind of scenario. And then, probably start getting some off the table again. Okay. So money's going to probably, money was taken off the table. Corrective. People are finding their support. Like, well, throwing some money back in, try to get that one more profit before the end of the year. Okay, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's why I think we get that. That's why I think we're seeing that 3 and 4 of 5, 3, 4, and then 5 to go of the larger 3. So anyway, take care, everybody. I really thank you a lot for your feedback, and look forward to just keep rolling on these things. All right, have a great day.